So a couple of days ago, I got to watch Jurassic World Rebirth for the very first time, and honestly, it was very enjoyable. If I was to sit here and think about more things about the retcons and the things that I didn't really like about Jurassic World Rebirth, the more I start to explain them to myself in my head, the more I start to feel as though this movie is a lot better than I gave it credit for on my initial first viewing. So once it does release to the public, I'm going straight into the cinemas and making sure I watch it for a second time, because I feel as though it's one of those movies which you can appreciate the second time round and the third and the fourth and so on. So if you guys have not got your tickets for Jurassic World Rebirth just yet, make sure you go on and head on over to your local cinema to purchase your tickets. Honestly, it's quite enjoyable. I'll give it a lot of credit for that. But Jurassic World Rebirth has always had this really weird feeling about where it fits into the timeline. For fans of the Jurassic franchise who understand where these movies take place, to hear that this movie was taking place 5 years after Jurassic World Dominion, aka the future, which has never happened for Jurassic, that alone sparked so much curiosity amongst people in the fandom, and then people outside of the franchise started thinking that this was a reboot and it wasn't actually in the same universe. So today, I'm going to be giving you the breakdown of what you should expect and what you should watch going into Jurassic World Rebirth before you actually do. This way you can understand the movie a little bit better and the wider lore of Jurassic going into Rebirth as well. But of course, you can skip this video if you plan on watching all 6 movies and the 2 animated series as well, because I highly recommend you do exactly that. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video at any given moment, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for your daily dose of Jurassic content here on YouTube. But most importantly, let's finally get into this video. So yes, Jurassic World Rebirth is finally here, and whilst it can and should really be treated as a standalone movie, throughout the 2 hours and 14 minutes of this movie, there is still some things that recall to the previous movies. So from everything that I understood from Jurassic World Rebirth and the whole entire franchise, I've been studying it pretty much like a quarter of my life now at this point, I'm going to be helping you right now. So we have a list right here where I have 4 categories: very important, moderately important, recommended to watch, and not needed at all, because believe it or not, it's a standalone movie at the end of the day, because that's kind of how you have to treat it, a standalone movie in this same universe. So the first things I want to talk about right here are the things that are absolutely not needed to watch whatsoever going into Jurassic World Rebirth. But again, I highly recommend you go ahead and watch them anyways if you just want to know literally everything about this franchise. So on this list we have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, The Lost World Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock, and Jurassic World The Prologue. Although for the prologue, it's kind of going to be used to explain a retcon later down the line, but we'll explain that in a video once the movie has released to the wider audience, so you guys can kind of understand it. But yes, if you go into the prologue and you understand the prologue, there may be something in Jurassic World Rebirth that you might realize that is a retcon, but we'll wait and see, because I already have explanations in my head to make it technically not a retcon, but again, I don't want to spoil anything. So now we move on to the very important titles. These titles link directly to Jurassic World Rebirth and are very important for key moments in this movie. The first one is obviously Jurassic Park. Throughout Jurassic World Rebirth, you're going to realize there are some Jurassic Park throwbacks there, and even some novel callbacks as well, which I highly recommend going and reading. But throughout this movie, you sit here and you feel as though this is the first Jurassic Park movie. There's a feel and a factor and an essence about Jurassic World Rebirth that really falls under the category of Jurassic Park. When it comes to the lore category, there isn't too much to focus on, but there are still some things in Jurassic World Rebirth that connect to Jurassic Park, but not as much as the next title and the only other title on the very important section right here, which is Jurassic World. I can't say this enough. Jurassic World is the #1 movie that links to Jurassic World Rebirth the absolute most. Sure, there are some things that you can kind of understand from just watching Jurassic Park, but there are some things in Jurassic World that are so vital that are brought forward into Jurassic World Rebirth. Again, it's very hard to try and not spoil these, but in a breakdown we'll be explaining them to the best of my ability. Just right now, for you guys to understand, Jurassic World is very important. This is for story understanding, this is for lore understanding, this is for universe understanding. There's a lot from Jurassic World that is brought over into Jurassic World Rebirth. And if you go ahead and watch Jurassic World, why not try and visit the old websites? I know that they are very hard to come by now, but the Masrani Global website and the Isla Nublar website are both very important for, again, Jurassic World Rebirth, believe it or not. There's a lot of factors in those websites that are also brought into Jurassic World Rebirth. But other than those two titles, those are pretty much the very important titles I recommend rewatching before going into Jurassic World Rebirth. But the next one is the moderately important, which I have listed here saying helps understand some plot points. Not some major plot points like the last two movies, but instead something a little bit smaller so you can actually understand what they're referencing to. Once again, we only have two titles on this list, and that is Jurassic World Dominion and Jurassic Park 3. I've listed Jurassic Park 3 here mainly simply because this movie feels like Jurassic Park 3 set in the Jurassic World Dominion era. That's the best way to kind of explain how Rebirth comes across. But there are some plot points in Jurassic Park 3 that may not be in your memory as fresh right now, that might go over your head in Jurassic World Rebirth, so I highly recommend going and watching that one. But Jurassic World Dominion is of course very important, more important than Jurassic Park 3, to get a better understanding of the world that was set up after Jurassic World Dominion. I mean, sure, the plot was revealed for Jurassic World Rebirth and that they're basically reducing the numbers of the dinosaurs in this universe, which I don't really like to be honest, but at the same time, it's happening nonetheless. Either way, Jurassic World Dominion is important to understand some minor plot details in Jurassic World Rebirth and to also understand the world that it takes place in. And then we move on to the recommended to watch section. Helps with knowing the world that it is set in. Sure, Jurassic World Dominion does do a decent enough job of doing that, but I think one thing that people who love the movie and hate the movie can agree on is that they wish they saw more dinosaurs on the mainland and understand how people were living with these dinosaurs. So that's why Jurassic World Chaos Theory is on the recommended to watch list. You don't have to watch it because I understand not everyone has Netflix, but it is recommended to watch. There are moments in Jurassic World Rebirth that may just blow over your head and you might not really appreciate the full scene all that much, and you may have more questions. If you want the answers to how these people are surviving with dinosaurs and living amongst the dinosaurs, then Jurassic World Chaos Theory Seasons 1 to 3 is the absolute best thing to watch regarding that. Again, this is just something small that happens in Jurassic World Rebirth, so it's not highly recommended to watch, but it is something to appreciate nonetheless. With Season 4 of Jurassic World Chaos Theory releasing in November later this year, there's no better time than now to get ahead of the game and start catching up on those 3 seasons of the show. But other than that, that's what we have. To recap, we have on the very important list, which links directly to the movie, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. On the second tier list, we have moderately important, which helps understand some plot points of Jurassic World Rebirth, which is Jurassic World Dominion and Jurassic Park 3. And then we have on the recommended to watch section, but not superly important, it basically just helps knowing the world and how people have survived with dinosaurs in their world. I recommend watching Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Other than those two titles, the others aren't really too important, which is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, The Lost World Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic World Battle of Big Rock, and of course Jurassic World The Prologue. So that is what you need to watch before going into Jurassic World Rebirth. So there we have it. Jurassic World Rebirth is the 7th movie of the Jurassic franchise. I believe it's also the 20th or the 21st title of the Jurassic franchise as well, at least the cinematic canon that is, and it's a blast. It's a lot of fun if you can move away from the retcon side of things. But again, as time goes on, I'm starting to explain those retcons a little bit more in my head, and hopefully if you guys are still confused about it after the movie releases, we'll be sure to make a video just like I did for Jurassic World Dominion, explaining the retcons and explaining the plot holes to prove that they aren't retcons and they aren't plot holes. Either way, if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose of Jurassic content here on YouTube. With Jurassic World Rebirth about to release, Jurassic World Evolution 3 releasing in October, and Chaos Theory Season 4 in November, as well as whenever Jurassic Park Survival will be releasing, there's a lot of content for you to enjoy here on YouTube. But most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hey, did you enjoy the video? Well, why not leave a like and subscribe for more Jurassic content? I appreciate every single one of you for reaching this point into the video and supporting me this far. If you wish to support me even further, then feel free to head on down to the description where you can find links to donate, my Patreon, and you can also press that join button to become a member here on YouTube and gain access to some awesome emojis. A massive thank you to all of the YouTube members for this month, as well as the amazing fans over on Patreon too. Your extra bit of support really goes a long way. But for now, I wish you a great rest of your day.